Okay, Zatima fans, this this video is going to be a bit bloated with information. I was going through all of the actors access information people bombarded me with on yesterday prior to Sistas airing, and thankfully this information came through because Sistas, spoiler alert, was extremely lackluster and fillerish. And just reading a handful of character bios for Zatima Season 3 has me far more excited for what's to come in that show than the remainder of Sister Season 6. Yes, Season 7 will have new writers and whatnot, but we gotta endure a handful of episodes to make it to that next season. So instead of doing, because I looked at all the character bios, I'm like, man, I can do a video about all the episode titles, a video about this group of characters relating to this character, but I figured it would just be easier to do one big video going over everything at once. Not to mention longer videos with longer viewer retention benefits the channel a bit more. So I am going to break up this video into like 5 different sections. I'm going to talk about the production dates, the episode count, the known episode titles, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 groups of characters I will talk about because I read through all the character bios and I tried to figure out how to categorize each of them. Okay, these characters are related to this event, these characters are related to that event, and so on and so forth. So bear with me. This video is going to take a little bit of time to edit because I'm going to do my best to make sure that I have the information on screen matching up with my words for the different characters and whatnot. So before going forward, number 1, if you were wondering, Jeremy, I just finished up Zatima Season 2B, or I binged the entire season because all 20 episodes are out, but where are your reviews for episodes 12 through 20? Well, remember, during that time, this channel was demonetized, so I created a backup channel, My Kind of Entertainment. All my Zatima content for the back half of Season 2, you go there, it is right there for you to watch. And please go over that channel and subscribe to, because in case anything else happens to this channel in the future, the backup channel is where I'm going to post new content. Plus, it would be nice to hit 10,000 subscribers, so go subscribe. Second, make sure on this video you hit the thumbs up button to show you like it. If you are a Zatima fan and you're excited that the strike is over so Season 3 can finally be filmed, hit that thumbs up button. Also, hit subscribe on this channel, trying to hit 300,000 subscribers. Links to all my social media are in the description, so in case you come across any news you want me to cover on the channel, you can hit me up on Twitter or Instagram or in the various Facebook groups I run. All that stuff is in the description box below. And most importantly, hit the bell icon and turn on all notifications. That way when I upload content, you are made aware. So let's jump into this thing because it's a lot to cover, so strap yourselves in. So first of all, I think it was on Monday, DeVal posted about, going back to work. The strike's over, the car's there to pick them up, and I'm like, ain't no way they filming Sistas Season 8. So I wonder, are they jumping into Zatima Season 3? And I said, nah. I think I even did a short where I'm like, nah, I don't know what's going on. But regardless, I'm happy to see the man and everybody else going back to work. And whatever he's cooking is probably going to be good. But then the news from Actors Access came out. And it says that the shooting dates, November 27 through December 23rd. And according to more information I received from other people, apparently Zatima Season 3, the next season of House of Pain, Assisted Living, and All the Queen's Men are all going to be running their production during that time frame. So Tyler Perry Studios is back in action. And in terms of, DeVal possibly getting picked up to go to Tyler Perry Studios for Season 3 stuff, it's probably, like, wardrobe fittings and going over lines with other castmates, things like that. That's my guess. But regardless, I'm just happy to see Zatima back in action. So, yeah, later this month and running into, December 2023, we are going to get Zatima filmed, which is great. Now, I don't think it's going to be on BET Plus until maybe late spring, midsummer 2024, which I don't care. I don't care. Just knowing that season 3 is coming is good enough for me. Based on what I've seen from episode title numbers and whatnot, I think it's safe to assume that season 3 is also going to be 20 episodes, just like season 2 was, where we'll get 10 episodes, a hiatus, and then the back half of the season. And in terms of episode titles, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I know about 10 of them, and I'm going to go through them in order of what I do know. Episode 5 is entitled Game Changer. Episode 10, Twin Flames. Episode 11, Actions and Consequences. This is definitely going to be an interesting title. I mean, just the title itself has me pumped up for the episode. So yeah, Twin Flames is the mid-season finale, and then we pick up in episode 11. Episode 13, Life Goes On. Episode 14, Free Zach. Yes, our boy is going to be arrested, and I will get into that soon. Episode 15, Everybody Knows. Episode 16, Art of Surprise. Episode 17, Forgiveness. Episode 18, Surprise, Surprise. And episode 20, To Die For, the season finale. Interesting stuff. So, we're going to take this one thing at a time. Sorry if you hear some clicking, but I have to go through. There are like 10 different photos I have that go over the different character information. So, yeah, just bear with me. So, the first section I want to go to, because like I said, I have 6 different sections of characters. I did a video about, Gladys's funeral. Like, will it be off screen? Will we actually get to see the planning of it? Will there actually be a funeral? Who knows? But here's what we do know. In episode 5, Game Changer, there is a character, Director Smith, male, late 30s, 40s, open ethnicity, a funeral director who meets with Zach and Fatima about choosing a casket for his mother. More like a used car salesman, this guy is all about the pitch, clearly looking to make a pricey sale. He's strangely unconcerned when approached earlier about negotiating the deal with a Rolex watch. So yeah, it's just a slime ball trying to make a quick buck. So yeah, we actually will get to see the planning stages of Gladys's funeral. Now, I don't know if the funeral itself is going to be on screen, but in episode 20, entitled To Die For, there's a character named Pastor Jakes, male, late 50s, 60s, black. This pastor conducting a funeral is a good speaker, turning his anecdotes of the departed into a parable. He holds his position and the church in the highest regard, but he is accused of being not as pure and pious, I guess, as he pretends to be. Now, the only thing I can kind of put together here is perhaps Pastor Jakes is the pastor who conducts Gladys's funeral. And the casket shopping was in episode 5, so her funeral won't take place until the finale. The title is To Die For, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Again, that's just a theory. Perhaps Gladys's funeral won't take place until the end of the season. And based on what's going on with Zach, man, I wonder if he'll be free by then. Now, we do have another character introduced in the same episode entitled Big Repo, R-I-P-O, male, a big ex-football type, so like a bulky dude, 30s, black. This man rushes into a house to chase a drug addict. He gets involved in a brawl, which ends up with shots fired. Now, the title of the episode is To Die For, so maybe Big Repo gets involved in this situation with the gunshots, and then we fast forward to a funeral, and then that's the same funeral that Pastor Jakes is conducting. So there could be a connection there. There might not be a connection there. Okay, but there is a couple of characters I wanted to talk about who are introduced in episode 19, which might be connected to the repo thing. Episode 19, surprise, surprise. Dr. Salas, male or female, 40s, 50s, open ethnicity. This doctor at a rehab center provides a patient in pain with information regarding his medication and updates the patient's family member of the status at the rehab center. Nurse Thompson, male or female, 20s, 30s, open ethnicity. This nurse at a rehab center knows how to be encouragement without giving false hope. So this mystery person who is a recovering addict, I believe, maybe this is the same drug addict that runs into a house that Big Repo chases after. Again, this is the episode after that, so you never know. My first instinct after reading these synopses, I'm like, well, surprise, surprise. Could this be Jeremiah? You know, because Jeremiah may have returned and he's seeking help at a rehab clinic. That could be the case, but I don't know. Maybe it's wishful thinking, but you never know who Tyler Perry might bring back for this particular season of the show. Okay, let's see. Next up, we are going to talk about Angela. And there are a couple of people who are connected to her, and it's pretty interesting. First up, we have Humphrey, introduced in episode 15, Everybody Knows. Male, black 60s. This old, ugly, longtime friend of Angela's is the sugar daddy type that would go to extreme lengths for her services. So, services. Huh. What exactly is Angela doing off the clock, so to speak, whenever she's not at work? Is she into some stuff that Fatima doesn't even know about? I don't know. I guess her and Bryce are still not, working out, but that leads into the next character, introduced in episode 14, Free Zach. Jake. I feel like this is not to be confused with the Jake who we were introduced to in Sistas, who was replaced by Bryce, because it's funny how we have this character named Jake interacting with Angela, and originally Jake and Angela were supposed to be a thing, the original Jake. Male, black, 30s. With all the smooth moves, he comes on to Angela at the gym. Oozing a kind of smarmy charm, he and Angela make plans to get together at her place later that evening, where he suddenly turns aggressive, which terrifies Angela, who doesn't understand why he's insulting her. Is she possibly going to find herself in a Danny Jonah situation where she meets some guy, they kind of hit it off, they meet up at her place, and then that leads to some violent situation going on? So this could be pretty bad. Now, there are a couple of characters introduced who are from Fatima's past. In the same episode, Free Zach, we get a character named Leslie, female, black 30s, recently back from Germany, where she was stationed while in the military. She is Fatima's former best friend, so possibly before Belinda and Angela came into her life. Thrilled when she runs into Fatima at the gym, and excited Leslie insists on getting together for dinner and catching up. So it seems like in this same episode, Fatima's going to link up with a former friend and they'll go out to dinner. And Angela's going to link up with Jake, leading to a terrifying evening with him. Now, there's another character who is from Fatima's past as well. Introduced in episode 16, Art of Surprise. Mauchi, male, 30s, black. Fatima's old friend, formerly in the military and currently an FBI agent. Dang, Fatima's past people know how to pick careers. Okay, formerly in the military, currently an FBI agent, he is trained to physically overpower attackers and can accurately read body language. He was caught making love to his wife in another person's house while the house owner wasn't home and thrown over a table for it. Huh? It doesn't make a lot of sense for an FBI agent. I don't know. Like, artist surprise. Yeah, trying to figure out how he fits into this, but yeah, it's a weird description. Okay, 2 more sections to talk about. Now, there is a character named Officer Jacobs. Episode 15, everybody knows. Male or female, late 30s, 40, open ethnicity. This officer orders a suspect to freeze and tackles him before imploring the victim to reach out with more information. Now, this perhaps is linked up to another character bio for someone identified specifically as Robber. Episode 17, Forgiveness. Okay, maybe not, because it makes no sense to be 2 episodes later, but this is the only description that makes sense to me. Male or female, 20-30s, black. This robber tries to stick up a barbershop. My guess is this is Mr. Tyrone's barbershop, aka Tony's father. And that's all. Seriously, that's all I have. And then we get the next and final section. Folks, it seems our boy Zach is going to be taken to jail for murder. Yep, murder. I can't believe it. But here we go. Episode 10, Twin Flames. Officer Johnson, 40s, black, sternly officious. This police officer arrests Zach for murder. This is in the mid-season finale of season 3. All right, episode 11, Actions and Consequences. Donna Tisley, female, 30s, 40s, black, an attorney at the police station. She confers with Zach as to whether he wants to see Fatima before letting her into the interrogation room. Serious in tone, she reminds Zach that the situation here is very bad. Episode 13, Life Goes On. Officer Swank, late 30s, 40s, black. This police officer insists on speaking to Zach, claiming to be passing on a message from Deja. He then shows Zach a devastating photo. Now, folks, I honestly have no flipping idea what is going on here. Is Zach really a murderer? Is this a setup? What's going on? I think this was done on purpose, because look at it from this perspective. Aside from episode 5, Game Changer, where we're introduced to the director who's trying to sell a casket for Zach's mom's funeral, we know nothing about the first half of the season, aside from episode 10, where the officer arrests Zach for murder. All the character bios, all the episode titles we know are for season 3B. So I don't know if this alleged murder is for a new character or an old character. Why is Deja trying to send a message to Zach? Is it about rent? Is the devastating photo something involving something that went down at, the duplex? Did Zach get into it with one of Heather's other boyfriends? I don't know. Is this a setup in general? Folks, I don't know, but this is very devastating, and I cannot wait to see how things unfold. But overall, season 3 looks like it's going to be quite the trip. So, with that being said, that goes over the alleged episode count of 20, all the episode titles I know, the production dates, and all the new characters. Like I said, I wanted to do all of this in one big video because, it will make it easier for me. Yeah, editing is going to suck, but I think one big video going over everything is better than a bunch of small videos just spamming the channel. So please let me know what you think in the comment section below. How do you think things are going to unfold? Will we get a new theme song opening or opening visuals? Will Sistas characters appear in this season? Will the timeline actually make sense? Will we get more nods to Fatima's pregnancy? Will we get confirmation of that? Well, only time will tell. But with that being said, I appreciate you. If you made it this far into the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.